In today's mini episode of Not Nice Clever, we are talking about how you can share the process and not just the outcome. Because if you want to really build a community and build deep relationships with your audience, you have to be able to take them along for the journey. So today we are sharing tips on how to do just that. It's going to help you to build loyalty, build trust, build your engagement, make people feel like they are part of something that's bigger, that they were there from the beginning. And we know that you guys like to be there from the beginning with us. So we're going to teach you some of the ways that you can bring your people along.
Yep. So the first thing is a strategy, but really a mindset too. When it comes to content and putting content out there, we want you to think about documenting where you are in your journey at various stages rather than just creating something that looks super polished, super perfect, because everybody loves a comeback story. Everybody loves an underdog story. Everybody loves seeing those like before and after transformations. And I'm feeling this more so now than I have in the past with launching my week in the life vlog on YouTube a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now at the time like this episode's going to come out. But actually just taking a moment here and there throughout the day, every day to capture and share what I'm doing and showing the behind the scenes. It's been really interesting for me. It's definitely been pushing me out of my comfort zone because I typically don't like to show all of that, but I have been doing it and the response has been great so far. So, highly recommend document it. Don't just like whip it up.
Take people behind the scenes, pull back the curtain, let them in on the process, what's happening, because they're going to be even more invested in the outcome when you do that. So that's super important. The next one is, also on here we
You
have,
did this
there's,
recently.
there's a note here that I need to talk about. So recently I went on my Instagram story and I was just like, hey, so it's the weekend and we are clearing out this extra room that we have to make it into a nursery. I'm a new mom and I don't know what I need in a new nursery. So drop all of the things. And I had people dropping all kinds of things that I needed. Definitely at the top of the list was a great recliner, rocker, glider type thing. That was at the top of the list. Everyone was telling me just like splurge. If you're going to splurge on anything, splurge on that because
Yeah.
you're going to be spending a lot of time in it apparently. So, but yeah, just being able to take people along for that journey. So when I do something else to the nursery, I will probably talk about it on my Instagram stories again and get to start a conversation with my people. So take people along. The next one is be honest about the struggles.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge. Yes. Because, okay, so here's my rule of thumb when it comes to being honest about the struggles. Because I feel like we get this question a lot in client sessions. They're like, okay, I'm building a personal brand. I want to be personable, but I don't want to be like that cringy TMI oversharing type of person, right? That doesn't showcase me as credible or authoritative or relatable. So my caveat for this is share your struggles, but not when you're in the moment and you're in it and you're like emotional, like you're crying. Like I've seen people share reels or stories of them like crying, like recording themselves crying. And I get that that's a strategy. It's just not one that I want to adopt. I don't think it's the most helpful to share it in the moment. I would recommend that you share about it and be honest about it after you've moved past it, after you have worked through those issues, you have developed solutions, and you're in a better frame of mind to speak to it from a place of perspective and wisdom. That
Yes.
that would be my recommendation.
What I tell clients is, and I learned this somewhere, I didn't make this up, but share scars, not wounds.
Ooh, that's good.
Right. So not you don't want to share while that wound is open because there's too many possibilities for it to get infected. Okay. There's too many
Ah.
possibilities for things to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after the fact, and Kat and I do this all the time, we're like, oh, when we started, this happened, or we share
Mm-hmm.
things that have happened in our entrepreneurial journeys. But
Yeah.
I'm not getting on my story and being like, no one hired me this month and I made $0. Like that doesn't feel helpful. And it's not
No.
encouraging the next person to want to work with you. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
it's making sure you are sharing not wounds, but scars. So when you've healed, when you're out of
Yep.
it, right?
Yep.
That's what my recommendation is. Obviously, it's going to be different probably um, from client to client and business to business, and you
Yeah.
always get to decide what you want to
Hmm.
share, and that's like the beauty of building a personal brand. You're always the driving force, but if there's a general rule of thumb, I like that.
Yep. The next one is really important, and I feel like something that is underrated. So, celebrating the small wins can really help keep your audience engaged, excited, your community rooting for you. You don't need to achieve the top 1% or to go viral or to, you know, reach whatever high in the sky type of goal is that you have in mind. Aim for that, strive for that, but I celebrated the fact that I even just got my first vlog out.
Yeah.
Like, I did it in the midst of moving, which in hindsight was a very interesting decision on my part, but I made it happen, you know?
Hmm.
And it was a huge thing for me. And I remember I shared with Candice before we were recording one day. I was like, yeah, I thought maybe like 8 people would watch it, 9, 10. It now to date, the first one has over 100 views. And I was like, holy shit, really? Like, I was so surprised, but like grateful. I was like, oh my gosh, like, even if the view was only like for 30 seconds or for a few minutes or whatever, celebrate that. Like, I have
Yep.
not gone viral. I've not gotten brand deals, client business from it, whatever, but that doesn't matter. The win was completing it and getting it out there.
Yes, and sometimes that is the win. It's just doing it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the win. That's the thing you celebrate. And if you can do that publicly, like that's great. It's gonna help your audience to also see that they're doing things that they should celebrate as well. So yes, celebrate the small wins. Um, the next one is make it interactive and get your audience involved. And my favorite way to do this is using engagement stickers on my Instagram story. So I'll talk on my Instagram story and then use those like that sliding scale or a
Yeah.
poll or a little question box and get people's opinions and thoughts. And that starts conversations. And you can
Hmm.
even ask them like, we ask our audience regularly, hey, do you have a topic that you want us to make a podcast about? Let us know. We ask via email. We ask on our podcasts. We will ask in our Instagram stories. Not great at that yet, but we will be.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. So just starting the conversation and giving people a way to get involved.
Yep. People want to join in. People want to cheer you on. And
They
if
want to
they
feel like they're
don't,
part of something.
yeah, they do. Part of something bigger. All right. This last tip here about sharing the process, not just the outcome, is to actually build anticipation for the outcome. Like, what are you working toward? What is the larger thing that you are striving for, that you are keeping on your vision board, that you are reviewing on a monthly or a quarterly basis? So, to carry the like example of the vlog, I'm going to do the weekly vlog for 6 months. And then I'm going to assess and analyze and see if it's something that I want to continue doing, see its impact on my business. But I am working toward that. That is the challenge in my mind for this initiative in my business. You know, it's a new type of content. It's something that I'm creating intentionally for a new platform. So we'll see. Like that's what I'm working toward. But and it can be something even smaller, like maybe a 30-day goal that you're working toward.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be huge, but share the people about like what the larger picture, the larger purpose is, because I guarantee you it's on their minds and they want to know.
They want to know. Yeah. So don't be afraid of sharing the process. We actually are going to enjoy watching the process way more than if you just do the reveal. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's why we used to love to watch things like The Biggest Loser. We wanted to see going through it. We didn't just want to see the after results. We want to see where they
Yeah.
started, right? Or you can think about any of those reality TV shows that take you on someone's journey. We always want to
The
know the
Amazing
story.
Race.
The Amazing Race, exactly. We want to
Huge.
see the struggles. We want to see the ups and downs. And that's going to help us to build deeper connections. So show it all. And if you haven't already, leave Not Nice Clever a 5-star review. See you soon. Thanks for joining us on Not Nice, Clever.
Remember to follow Not Nice Clever wherever you listen to audio.
And if you haven't already, drop that 5-star review.
Share your takeaways. Tell us your story. We love to hear it.
Signing off, you're not so nice, but oh so clever besties that mean business.
See you soon.